If you are subscribed to our channel, you may have seen the video we made a few weeks ago talking about the world's smallest skyscraper. If you're not subscribed, feel free to go ahead and press that great big red button. And after you've done that, check out the video on the world's smallest skyscraper. Well, today we have another crazy story regarding skyscrapers. This one's far from small, and from the outside, it seems like your run-of-the-mill high-rise building. But if we're talking about it on this channel, you know that's not the case. The building we're discussing today is the Ryugyong Hotel in downtown Pyongyang, North Korea. The skyscraper that's been completely abandoned. Surprisingly, North Korea is no stranger to abandoned buildings. The country is also home to the Mangyongdae Fun Fair, a semi-abandoned amusement park situated only 12 miles outside of Pyongyang. There's also an entire abandoned city that sits right on the border of North Korea, named Kijongdong. That one's a very interesting case, but that's a topic for another day. What sets the Ryugyong Hotel apart from the rest of these abandoned places is the sheer amount of money the North Korean government pumped into the project, only for it to lay deserted. Construction first began on the building all the way back in 1987. The building was commissioned by the North Korean dictatorship as a passive-aggressive response to the completion of the world's tallest hotel, the Westin Stamford Hotel in Singapore in 1986, by a South Korean construction company. The hotel was scheduled to open in 1992 for the 80th birthday of President Kim Il-sung, but problems with building methods and materials delayed completion. However, before the building's main framing could be finished, all work on the hotel was halted due to the economic crisis in North Korea following the collapse of the Soviet Union. The building supposedly cost $750 million to construct, consuming 2% of North Korea's GDP at the time. There was no way in hell this thing was going to be finished when it cost as much as North Korea currently spends on electricity for the entire country. The shell of the Ryugyong Hotel was then left for years, waiting, gathering dust. It stood out like a sore thumb, as it was the only true high-rise building in Pyongyang. Then in April 2008, after 16 years of inactivity, work on the building was restarted. And by 2011, the full exterior of the building was finally finished. In September 2012, photographs taken by Chinese travel company Koryo Tours were released, showing the interior for the first time. The photos showed minimal decoration and furnishing, meaning the building was still far from being ready to open to the public. Yet to the world's surprise, in November 2012, an international hotel operator named Kempinski announced it would be running the hotel, which was expected to partially open in mid-2013. But I think we all see where this is going. Bankruptcy! In March 2013, plans to open the hotel were suspended, and that's pretty much where the story stands to this day. Now, a few extra bits of construction have been done to the hotel since 2013, but there's still no mention of an official opening date, and most of the extra features that have been added to the building don't seem to be aiding in getting the hotel up and running. In April 2018, it was reported that a large LED display featuring the North Korean flag had been added to the top of the building. And by May, an LED display had been added to one entire side of the structure. Most think that this was just an effective way to spread patriotic propaganda and make the building seem like less of an eyesore among the Pyongyang skyline. The only important bits of construction that have taken place were in late 2017 and early 2018, when some side access roads were laid out alongside the hotel. In June 2019, there was new signage displaying the hotel's name and its logo over the main entrance. But still no new images have emerged of the inside of the building, which for a hotel is debatably the most important aspect of the building. The Ryugyong Hotel is expected to have at least 3,000 rooms for guests, but it's intended to be far more than a hotel. The rumored plan is to include office space, leisure centers, department stores, and restaurants, including 2 revolving restaurants with panoramic views. But only time will tell whether this grand plan will ever come to fruition. The 105-story, 1,080-foot-tall building is one of the world's most intriguing architectural mysteries, and will likely stay that way for many years to come if the building's past is anything to go off of. Well, that was the crazy story of the abandoned skyscraper in North Korea.